How can they miss you if you don't go away? Man, that's beautiful. I always like that one. That's a famous quote from Jim Cornette, wrestling manager. Crazy Eye Jim Cornette. And it got me thinking recently. It's funny how these things, these little sayings, sometimes strike you in the middle of the day or in the middle of a situation. There was a saying they would use very often in the wrestling industry because you don't want to have people, you want to have Hogan on every week for, you got to give him a break so that the fans wonder where he is. Then he comes out, you get a big pop again. That's what they call getting a pop. You know, you come out, you get the big fan reaction, you get the big. But if you're always out, and you're always. That's why they would do those house shows because at least he would travel around so he could kind of hide, like from at least TV mostly, and then just do these house shows and not do these big. So that's why they had WrestleMania once a year. You know, SummerSlam once a year. You have these events you hype up, but you want to circulate different wrestlers in. But those stars, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Hogan, all those guys, the fans, and same thing goes for music and tours, like if you could see a band all the time, and I know there's people that follow bands. If I could see a band all the time, it would get boring. It wouldn't have that pop of when you first see, like whatever, Guns N' Roses or Van Halen, and you're right up against the barricade. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe Eddie Van Halen, he's right there. But if you could see that every night, it would get old, I think. Anyway, it would get old. It would lose its original pop, and that's a showbiz thing. But that, man, I've noticed that throughout my life, it carries on to way more than just obviously wrestling and showbiz. And I'm going to reveal a little bit about my personal life, I guess, not too much. But I just got to thinking, it's so funny, these conventions, marriage, and we're just going to use marriage. My whole life. Now, I'm sure I don't care what comments I get on this. Do whatever you think is right. But that divorce rate is up there and it's growing and it's not going anywhere. Anyhow, I've been through a divorce. This was in 2018, and now I'm dating a much younger woman. Things have been going amazing. And now, granted, I have a different point of view too in life. I am good with me, and I think that's why I love Rachel because she's good with her. She don't need me, and I think that's why there's the mutual. That's the beauty there. No one's chasing. No one's obligated. No one's, we're not texting each other that stupid hours just to make sure, not all this on the phone at work all day. You see couples like that. That is not healthy. Unless you're working together, obviously, but so I realize this. And our relationship is a little different. She lives with her mother still, and she's 15 years younger than me. I'm 40, I'm going to be 47. She's going to be 32. Her family's been through a lot. So I think it's awesome that she's splits a house with her mom. She lives with her mom. And her brother's amazing too. They're great, great family. Love them to death. Now I'm a single guy here in my house, and my mother lives about 5, 6 blocks from me, which is great because she's older and my stepdad passed. So I do a lot over there with my sister. I take care, I do everything I possibly can. Now, she's not wheelchair bound or anything like that. She's what's going to be 78. So we have these things, and we have our own lives, and then we kind of join them together, but we still have these lives. So I see Rachel; she'll come over for a couple of days, and then I won't see her for a couple of days. I mean, she might stay for one, gone for two, stay for three, gone for two, gone for whatever we do, we do. And in the beginning, we were talking about marriage and the typical things, but then we were like, we both had different reasons for not wanting to be married. We want to be together, but not married. I know it's rare. It's very rare. Usually the women always want to get married. I figured that would be an obstacle I'd have to deal with, but I'm not getting married again. And I don't need to get married again to prove my love. And if that's not acceptable, then it's not acceptable. That's just where I'm at. I'll swim oceans to get to you, but I won't marry you. I'm not going to marry anyone. I don't believe in that institution. That's just me. However, I've discovered almost by accident, that's how these things happen. And it's funny. It's always the opposite. That's why I got the Costanza back there with the opposites to remind me. Because it really, literally is that crazy. It's almost like the opposite is always right. My good friend, too, my best friend, we're always joking. He's been saying that now, too. I think they reveal some secrets in them sitcoms. But we don't live together, except for, She's here a lot, but she's not here a lot. It's actually a balanced, healthy relationship, and we both realize this. So why would I want to tear her out and be some hard ass, guy in her life that says, "No, I want you to live with me and you gotta live." Why would I ever put that pressure on anyone? And why would I take her away from her mom, who I love to death? I'm glad that she's there with her mother. That's amazing. I don't want her mother to be alone. Now, my mom is technically living alone, but I'm there, or my sister, every day. I call her, we talk every single day. We go, I take her shopping, we do all kinds of stuff. I'm always there, either maintaining or snow blowing, everything, whatever. I'm there. I was just there today. I'll be there tomorrow. I'm cooking a dinner tomorrow. Sunday dinner. So why do we want to mess this up? Why do we need to force a marriage because everyone else wants us to? Why do we have to force living together because everyone else wants us to? And it's so weird because people will still, like, they won't say nothing, and it's not everyone. When we go to a birthday party, we can both feel it. But we're both happy and relaxed. And here's all these people that look kind of pissed off and married, and they're not so happy. I think they get upset. It's really, I can't figure it out. Help me in the comments. I'm not going to ever live a life for someone else. And I would never expect Rachel to, or you out there watching this. You got to do what's great for you and what's best for you. And you shouldn't have to explain. But we're in such a society where these things are so hard ingrained in every movie. Chase the girl, get the big wedding dress. And listen, sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing that I feel is wrong, the mood is, if you don't do that, you're a loser in life. And that is the overall mood. Now, some people can see through that, but most, even if they do, they still got that, oh, but I still want the dress. Oh, but I still want to. I'll still buy a ring. I'm just not, I'm absolutely buy a ring, but I'm not going to, I want the love of my life to have a beautiful ring and know that, hey, she's with someone. I'll wear a ring. I just want to do things my way because it's my life. You should do your things your way because it's your life. You don't have to listen to all these laws and standards, and I think there's even standards, these conventional things. You don't got to pay attention to any of that shit. And I can't believe I'm finally 46 years old realizing this stuff. It's heartbreaking. That's why I get on here too. Because if there's anyone listening that's on the fence or not sure, do you, man, or girl, whoever's watching this, do you. You don't have to explain. You have to be mean about it, but just live happily. People are going to be pissed. They're going to be annoyed. Let them be. That's their problem if they can't understand it. Holy crap. Where did I start here? Oh, yeah. So the whole point is, how can they miss you if you don't go away? Rachel and I do that without really planning it. And that's why every time I see her, like, I won't see her for a couple of days and I'll get busy with the YouTube, with my reselling, with the music, with everything, helping my mom, everything I do, all the stuff, all the jobs I do. And I do kind of forget, we text each other, of course, and it's not incessant. I won't hear for her when she's at work she works with 3-year-olds. I'm not going to text her all day. I wait for her to text me whenever she can. And I know it's going to be quick. And I text her after 4:30. And sometimes it's not often because if she's doing things, I'm doing things. And next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock. We go to bed. It's good night. Love you. And that's fine. But then when I see her, it's just all smiles. She comes to the door. We're already cracking jokes. It's like it's fresh. I've never experienced this. This has been what? And I know I've learned not to get too high too. I understand. I get all that, but I'm going to enjoy it because why not? This is a beautiful gift. It's a beautiful gift, and I'm sharing this just so you can see that you don't have to do the standard things to have a happy life. You're going to find the things that are not conventional are going to be they're going to be a perfect fit for you. This isn't a one size fits all. So we go away and we miss each other. That's why we always miss each other. Not miss, but we miss each other in a healthy way because we go away. So I was just thinking that the other day when I don't know what I was doing, but I was just drifting. I was thinking, I'm like, wow. I was thinking of that saying, and I was thinking about I missed Rachel, and I'm like, how can you miss you if you don't go away? I'm like, wow, that's interesting. That applies. That really does apply to other things. Same thing with, like, even junk food. But man, when I have that, and I hate to call it a cheat meal, but when I decide to have that, steak hoagie or whatever the hell it is, when I decide I had that bad meal and I haven't had it in a month instead of having it 10 times that month, Oh boy, did I miss it. It's unbelievable. It's worth missing these things. And then you're healthier. And then it tastes better when you have it. That's another example. Certain friends are too much. I'm sure I'm too much for some people. I understand. I get it. But yeah, I mean, there's that friend. And then you don't see him in a while. You miss him. Then you see him. It's great. Then after about 3 hours, 4 hours, you're probably like, all right, I'm time for another break. I'm kidding. But it's like that with family. It could be like that with a lot of things. So don't. My lesson here is, I guess the theme was, how can they miss you if you don't go away? But just think about that for yourself. And if something's too much, think about taking a break from it and then seeing how it is after the break. I think we're all too excessive and we have too much. There's too much instant gratification. I know I get sucked in too. I'm trying to talk to myself here with these videos as well as impart hopefully some help if you need it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like these videos. I appreciate any constructive comments. This isn't always easy to get in front of a camera here, but I do enjoy it. But I'm human too. All right, I'll go away so you miss me. I'll see you next time.